vision video is looking at the place of humanity in relation to animals. Now what we need to look at here and refer to is basically what was the purpose of man, what was the purpose of animals. So when they were made, what intention did God have for them? So obviously we know God made Adam and Eve, and we know God made animals. They both were made on the sixth day of creation. And I suppose the key word here is purpose. For man, we know that God made man in his own image, in the image of God. And what that basically means is that man is to reflect God's goodness. Not that we literally look like God, but more we are supposed to try and be like God, as in be perfectly good, helpful, loving to other people. So to reflect God's goodness. Now we know also in the creation of man that God gave humans something extra, and that was a soul when he breathed into the nostrils of Adam. And because of this soul, it allows Christians to have a very special relationship with God, one that no other species can have because they don't have that link, that soul. Also when God made Adam and Eve, God gave humans responsibility to look after animals. And we know that from certain quotes like, rule over the fish of the seas, birds of the air, which is obviously found in Genesis. And it's that key part, rule over. So basically, humans, we are in charge. We've been put in charge by God. Now another key area that we need to look at as well is, okay, if we're in charge, what about the treatment of animals then? And how do Christians respond to this? Well, there's a few things I'd highlight here. Humans can use animals to benefit our lives. So within Christianity, that is a common theme. So examples you could use to back this up would be animals used in medical experimentation. That's acceptable because that's benefiting human health and saving lives. That's why Christians also would be okay with eating meat, because again it's benefiting our lives, it's helping our survival. And also humans are quite comfortable using animals for work, like guide dogs for example, which of course benefit human life. They wouldn't be okay with animals used for cosmetic surgery or animals killed for their fur, because actually that's not a necessity. We don't need those things to survive. We have other alternatives to those. Now, another key area we need to look at is the idea of responsibility. Okay, so God's put us in charge of the animals. We know that we need to treat them well, but it all comes back down to responsibility. Christians would say that when it comes to animals, we need to care for them. We need to make sure they are kept safe, and we need to make sure there is no abuse or suffering inflicted on animals, as we are responsible for these animals. Good quote to back that up, Psalms, when they talk about the earth as the Lord's and everything in it. God created everything, animals are still part of God's creation, therefore they need to be respected and they need to be looked after. When we look at the different Christian church groups, and in particular we look at the Church of England and the Roman Catholic views here towards treatment of animals, well, they would echo the views earlier that actually animals used to benefit humans are acceptable. For an example of animals used in medical research, both the Church of England and the Roman Catholic Church accept animals used in this form of experimentation because the benefits are there to human life, either to save lives or to make lives better.